So about a month ago, I walked into a salon with nappy hair and I left with nappy hair, and we were all okay with that. So if you're on the fence about going to a natural hair salon for a wash and go, you can watch this video to find out more about what it's like, what expectations were met, and what expectations fell a little bit short, and how you can get the best out of your salon experience. The info of the stylist I went to go see in the description box below, but I will preface this with saying, at the time of filming, she is the only stylist on this directory in my state. I've seen her stories. I've seen people flying from all over the world and hopping in her chair. And also there have been like professional athletes and their families going through there. So look, y'all, if I can't get my appointment or my products from her anymore, that information in the description box will likely disappear. So in the previous video, I had put out all my expectations about this salon visit for wash and go. Just to summarize, I wanted a shape and I wanted a wash and go that was going to last me 7 days, like a lot of people get after they come through the 30-day hair detox. I was in the middle of the 30-day hair detox, and I was very unsuccessful in getting any longevity out of a wash and go, even, having joint seams and curls. Again, there's another video out there of mine where I explain like how deep I dug into learning how to detox and get into this method of hydration. I'll make sure both those videos are linked below. But back to this visit. So what I enjoy about signing up for a natural hair salon visit, where they're working with my hair, there's no fear of heat damage, there's no fear of alopecia, there's no fear of chemical burns. Nothing to permanently alter my hair was going to be done at this appointment, and there is something that is just so freeing about that, because even if I don't like the style, my hair lives to see another day and I can try again. So I absolutely love that. That being said, I never thought I would spend so much money on a salon visit where the styling technique is mainly just slathering gel all over my hair. But here we are. And with that whole experience of not having any, heat damage or anything of the like, there's also nothing to hide your hair. So the results of the salon visit were very much dependent on the condition of my hair. And I had done something to my hair that, despite having, gone through a period of detox before arriving at the salon, I still could not get the best results for my hair. So normally, if you go to a standard salon visit, they could whip out the silicones, the heat, and make your hair look great no matter what. Like I said, I did something to my hair that was not detoxable, could not be covered with the use of botanical gels in a wash and go salon, and that's part of the reason that some of my expectations for this visit weren't met. But now I'm gonna get more into this visit. First, let's just talk about how I found my stylist. I had been following Black Girl Curls and listening to their lives, and decided to finally get my butt in a seat for my first haircut ever in my natural hair journey of over 10 years. This was the first time that I went to a salon for a haircut. So what I did was I went to their directory of stylists who have taken training with them. So I knew these stylists were comfortable with working with natural hair. And not only were they comfortable, they had invested in training, which is not cheap, with Black Girl Curls to learn more about a botanical based approach to natural hair care. So by picking a stylist off of this directory, I knew that at least they respected natural hair and weren't going to make me feel uncomfortable about coming in there with a certain texture or type of hair. And again, that's just a very freeing experience for someone who has paid lots of money, even when I was relaxed, to have people do my hair and complain about the texture, the thickness, all the things about my hair have been complained about. So it was very freeing to pick a stylist off of this directory and know that they were invested in natural hair They were as invested in the care of my hair as I am. Again, so just those things. So I knew she was invested in natural hair. She was in my state. Not only was she in my state, she's in my town. So she's only 5 minutes away from me. So I wanted to, as soon as I was comfortable, you know, with everything going on, going back out into the world, I knew that I wanted to get a cut. And like I said, last month I pulled the trigger and did it. Okay, so once I decided on the stylist, I visited her website, and she and most other stylists on this Cut It Kinky directory will have directions about how they want you to how they want you to show up to the salon. My stylist asked that I show up with my hair out that was about 2 days old. Since I suck at wash and goes, I decided to go ahead and with a twist out. So when I arrived at the salon, I arrived with a twist out that was about 2 days old. I love prep instructions so that we're on the same page. Because had those instructions not been there, when I'm going to get my hair done, I'm stretching it because I'm going to get my hair done. So, you know, and I like that. What's one of the things I like about the stylists in this directory? We both got to be on the same page. Because if I ain't know that, and I showed up with week-old hair or 2-week-old hair, and then they complaining about how dirty my hair is, well, he didn't know you expected me to wash it like 2 days before the appointment. So I like prep instructions, and I know sometimes they can come off a bit snooty and they can turn people off, but I appreciate the prep instructions. So I walked into the salon, my hair was out. The next thing we did was sit down and talk about we talked about my hair care practices, which I let her know that I had been, you know, following the Black Girls Curls methodology of cleanse, condition, style. Formerly, I was like 2 weeks into my 30-day hair detox. I had started to decrease the amount of oils and butters I was using on my hair even before I formally started the detox. So we were on a good foundation in terms of what I was doing to my hair. For the most part. So that was cool. We talked about my goal haircut, which is a chin length curly bob, which is my long-term goal. I knew that I didn't have the length with my hair curly or even in a twist out to leave the salon with that cut that day, but I let her know that that was my goal. So we were on the same page about that. And then came the showstopper, henna. I was hoping my hair would be different, and somehow henna didn't like change it at all. And she pointed out I had tangles and knots on the end of my hair, and she pointed them out. And at first I told her that I had started using shampoos and conditioners with a bit of protein in it because I did notice that my hair broke off fairly easily. And she's like, this is not like the condition of your hair, of your virgin hair. This is the condition of your hair due to henna. And henna is permanently attached to your hair. I got a whole video on that. So I was a little disappointed, but our discussion went off of that. So she took my hair and she actually showed me the tangles and knots in my hair that were being caused by henna. And so that was disappointing, frustrating, annoying. So the first conversation one of the first essential elements that we talked about was porosity. She told me that she wouldn't be able to properly assess the porosity of my hair until we got to the wash bowl. But just based on the fact that I had used henna and the condition of my ends were compromised, high porosity ends, she said, and she would expect the mid shaft to be medium to low porosity due to the henna. Then she took one strand of my hair and held it up with like a white piece of paper behind it to assess the size, I guess the width of the strand, not the curl. We're just talking about the width of the strand itself. And she pretty much, asked me if I thought it was thicker than or smaller than a piece of thread, and it was about the same. So my strands are about like medium when it comes to like how thick or thin or technically fine or coarse, not to be confused with the coarse surface texture, which I will get to later. She determined my porosity was high. She said on the high end because when you separate my hair, you can't really see my scalp because density is based on the amount of hairs you have per certain area, and you know they're not going to take out a tape measure and do that. So she literally just took my hair and kind of spread it, and it's like you can't see your scalp. So that's on the high end for density. And I guess just to round out the essential elements, right now I'm working from home. I do like light workouts on the treadmill, nothing like, I don't have a dirty job. So I guess that's my climate. And I live in New Jersey. This is New Jersey in the summertime, so humid AF. My curls are tight curls. They're looser in the nape and they're looser in the crown, but generally they say the curl diameter doesn't matter that much, but like I'm tight with looser areas in the nape and in the crown. Surface texture, I didn't do surface texture. For surface texture, she said smooth, which was shocking because I always just assumed my surface texture would be coarse. And I thought the only reason that my hair ever appeared smooth is that I noticed like if a product contains silk aminos or silk protein, my hair looks smoother and shinier than it normally is. And I had did a twist out with the Dew, which has those silk aminos and silk, which has those silk aminos or those silk proteins in it. So I assumed that it just looked smoother because that was in there. But she said it's not silky, but it's not coarse. So it's right in the middle. So again, my diameter of my strands are in the middle. Surface texture is in the middle. So after we, had a conversation about my goals, about my current hair routine, about my lifestyle, and we did the hair assessment to establish my essential elements, we headed over to the wash bowl. Y'all, I forgot how good it felt to have somebody else's hands in your hair. It is so relaxing. I'm so glad she did the scalp assessment before that, because once she started scrubbing my scalp, I was in the zone. I've been cooped up in my house with 2 kids for a year. So this was like a form of self-care, and like, Lord, I was in the zone. So yeah. And as she was washing my hair, she was showing me, I had a mirror that I could hold up and see what was going on in the wash bowl. So she allowed me to view what was going on in the wash bowl, and kind of explained to me like what we discussed at the chair about porosity was correct, that the ends of my hair were compromised and high porosity, and that the mids to like roots of my hair were lower porosity and had a hard time taking on water due to henna. So we shampooed. She put the Olaplex in my hair, and then she used a Felicia Leatherwood brush to detangle it. Then she sat me under the steamer with the Olaplex, and up until this point, everything has been in line with like what sometimes Black Girl Curls will go live from the salon, and even like out here in the free open, you can go to their pages and see their salon experience. And up to this point, it was almost exactly like everything they do for their clients. The only thing that they do that didn't get done for me was a hard water treatment, and it's not part of her process. I'm okay with that. But from here on, she did things slightly differently than the Black Girl Curls methodology. And again, I stalked her page, so I pretty much knew what was going to happen, and I was okay with that. Like, the Black Girl Curls don't believe in using steamers. She used a steamer. I knew she used a steamer because she posts pictures all the time. She posts in her stories people under the steamer all the time, and I was okay with that. Okay, so like I said, the Olaplex went in, detangled the Felicia Leatherwood, and then under the steamer. After I came out from the steamer, she had me feel my hair, and it was very, very soft. She just, it was a learning, hands-on salon appointment. So into the steamer, then out, then back to the wash bowl. When she was washing the Olaplex out, due to the dehydrated nature of my hair, she recommended a deep treatment, a deep moisture treatment. So she put the deep moisture treatment in my hair. I went back under the steamer for a few minutes, and then she came back. She washed it out, and then she went in with 2 other products, which I'll reveal to y'all in another video. And again, this is where things started to go different. None of the products she used on my hair was from Innersense. She had plenty of Innersense on her back bar, but she customized this visit to me, and Innersense was not her product of choice for my hair. And after I told her I had Innersense at home and should I use those, she told me to put Innersense to the side right now because of the dehydrated nature of my hair and use the product she gave me instead. Okay, and again, like, so that'll be a different video about the products she gave me and how I use them at home. Okay, moving forward, so she applied the Uncle Funky's Daughter with 2 other stylers on top, and then she took me back to the chair. And again, this is a little different because she uses a tool to rake and smooth your hair. If you watch those Black Girl Curls salon visits where they do their clients, they like to just use their fingers. Once the hair is detangled, they just like to use their fingers for raking and smoothing. My stylist went in with the Felicia Leatherwood brush to distribute the product through my hair. And I'm not going home with gel and Felicia Leatherwood and doing that to myself. Doing that myself. I don't trust myself. I trust a stylist to do that. I'm not doing that myself. Just like the steaming, I would not steam at home by myself, but I trust a stylist to do it. As she is raking and smoothing my hair, she's kind of seeing what, my hair is doing now. And she said, I can visualize the cut I want to give you that's going to get you closer to where you want to be eventually. So she did that. Then I went and sat under the dryer for about an hour. When I came out from under the dryer, it was time for the cut. And this is where like kind of the expectations and disappointments started, because my hair, it was so humid that day. It was like my hair wouldn't set. Like when she took me from under the dryer, of course, unpat my hair, it felt like it had some hold and it was nice and stiff and there was definition there. And then she took her blow dryer and blew out the roots to kind of get it more dry before she started, doing the cut. But y'all, the cut, I was happy. I could see the line. I could see where she was going. I loved the idea of the cut and where it is going to be. But I left with very much a corrective cut. And again, she's taking in everything I told her. She asked me how I normally style my hair, and that's in twists. And she's taking in where I want to be. So she's like, live with this cut. And when I go back for my appointment 3 months after my first visit, we can talk about whether I want to stay in this corrective cut until it connects, or if I want to cut the shit off and just have it, connected and put together. But I would have to lose more length. So there was that. And again, just the humidity. The day I left the salon, the styling did not last. I had to redo my hair like 2 days after. So yeah, I was disappointed. And even like styling and just like every 2 days. I signed up for the Black Girl Curls, long lasting, once a week, having to deal with all these sticky gels. How did I end up with the Anthony Dickey, wet your hair every day or two? Because that's where I was when I first left the salon. So I was annoyed. She actually recommended that I come to the salon more often. She has a package for like people like me who have compromised hair, where she does the treatments, and I just didn't have the space for it. I don't have the time or the finances right now to go to the salon every week or every 2 weeks to get the treatments that she recommended. So I'm at home. So I was at home on a Struggly bus. I had a few aha breakthrough moments of ways I can treat my hair at home without necessarily having to go into the salon. I'll discuss that a little bit in a different video. And now I'm going to cut to me about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so it's been about 3 weeks since I got my curly cut. and I've been living in it for a little bit, and I just wanted to give my feelings and thoughts about it. So it's definitely improvement for where I was. I definitely feel like I can wear this in the streets, shake it, go, no problem. As I mentioned in the previous video, I'm a little disappointed that I have not reached 7-day wash and go grandmaster status, but I'm working on it. So about the cut. Alright, so about the cut. If you can see here, she started a line for this cut. And what happened is my hair is too short here to kind of reach down and complete this cut like it should. And it's the same, matter of fact, a little worse on this side, because this part here is the shortest part of my hair and there's no connection here. So my haircut is a bit disconnected, and she did that intentionally because she wants me to make the decision whether I want to take this as short as it needs to be. So this should be like in more, so it's shorter, and this is longer. So she wanted me to live with it and make that choice to see if I want to go in to create the connection or live disconnected because I don't want to take off the length. And to be honest, I haven't decided yet. Like I said, it's been 3 weeks. She told me to come back in 3 months. So I still got 2 more months to decide. But yeah, so day 3 wash and go is about as far as I can push it. But I like it here. Like I said, I don't love it here. This is not my hopes, dreams, and goals. But I like it here better than where I was, because where I was, I could just never wear my hair out and free because it looked ridiculous with this little tail. Like, I got a little bit of a tail, but before this was like way longer. So it looked stupid when I would try to wear it out and I had hair hanging down here and this was flat. It looked super flat. So still a wee bit flat, and I can kind of fluff it out to get a better shape. But I like it. So overall, I'm satisfied where I'm at right now. So she knows where I want to go, which is a chin lift bob when it's curly. So we're working on it. We're going to get there. And I will keep you guys along the journey to see how long it takes or what other corrections I make to this cut along the way. Thanks for watching.